My friends, we live in a world where kindness is often mistaken for weakness. Many believe that to be good, we must always be agreeable, always accommodating, and never offending anyone. But let me tell you, that is not kindness. That is surrender. True kindness is one of the most powerful forces in the world, but it must be rooted in wisdom. There is a difference between being truly kind and simply allowing others to take advantage of your goodwill. Too often, people confuse kindness with passivity, thinking that to be kind means to always say yes, to always go along with what others want, and to never challenge harmful behavior. But this is not kindness. It is enabling. Kindness should uplift, correct, and guide. It should not be used as a tool for manipulation, nor should it be a means for others to exploit your generosity. Many people give their time, energy, and resources to those who only take, thinking they are doing the right thing. They believe that if they just keep being nice, others will change, or that enduring mistreatment is a sign of strength. But in reality, unwise kindness can lead to destruction, both for the giver and the receiver. Consider a parent who never disciplines their child, always giving in to their demands. Out of a desire to be kind, they never say no, never correct, and never allow their child to face consequences. What happens? That child grows up with no understanding of responsibility, no sense of accountability, and no ability to respect boundaries. The parent's misguided kindness does not help the child, it harms them. The same principle applies to every relationship in life. If you continue to be kind to someone who consistently lies, deceives, or mistreats you, your kindness does not make them better. It only enables them to continue their behavior. It sends a message that their actions are acceptable, that they will always be forgiven without change, that there are no consequences for their selfishness. True kindness knows when to say, "This is not right." True kindness does not ignore wrongdoing. It confronts it with wisdom and strength. There are moments when the kindest thing you can do for someone is to refuse to support their destructive habits. There are times when walking away is the most loving thing you can do, not only for yourself, but for them. This does not mean we should be harsh or cruel. It does not mean we stop caring about others. On the contrary, it means we love people enough to guide them toward truth rather than comfort them in their mistakes. A doctor who kindly tells a patient what they want to hear instead of diagnosing their illness does not help them, he leads them to destruction. Likewise, if we refuse to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we do not truly love them, we only fear their reaction. So, let kindness be wise. Let it be strong. Let it be discerning. Love others, but do not enable them. Forgive, but do not allow yourself to be used. Help, but do not let your help become a tool for another's irresponsibility. For kindness without wisdom is not kindness at all. It is surrender. There is a great misconception that kindness and truth cannot coexist. Many believe that to be kind, one must always be agreeable, always avoid conflict, and never challenge others. But true kindness is not silent in the face of falsehood. It does not bend to the pressures of the world just to maintain peace. There is a strength in standing firm, in speaking truth, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it is unpopular. Too often, people sacrifice their convictions for the sake of being liked. They avoid difficult conversations, fearing they might offend. They nod in agreement when they should speak up, choosing approval over honesty. But what good is kindness if it allows deception to flourish? What good is kindness if it means betraying what is right? Throughout history, the greatest voices of change were not those who sought to please everyone, but those who had the courage to stand for truth. They were not concerned with whether people approved of them. They were concerned with doing what was right. They understood that true kindness does not mean tolerating falsehood, and love does not mean allowing others to remain in darkness. Boldness in truth does not mean arrogance, nor does it mean harshness. It does not mean speaking without compassion or confronting others with anger. Rather, it means having the wisdom to say what needs to be said with love and conviction. It means valuing truth over comfort, integrity over popularity, and righteousness over acceptance. There will be times when standing for truth will cost you. You may lose friendships, you may face rejection, and you may be misunderstood. But compromise is too high a price to pay for approval. If your kindness requires you to abandon what is right, it is not kindness at all. It is fear. And fear has no place in those who seek to live with purpose. Look around, and you will see a world that praises tolerance over truth, a world that encourages people to remain silent rather than to take a stand, a world that tells you that if you truly love others, you will accept anything and everything they do without question. But love without truth is not love. It is deception. And kindness without boldness is not kindness, it is surrender. Do not let your desire to be liked rob you of your voice. Do not let your fear of rejection keep you from speaking what is right. For at the end of the day, it is not the approval of people that matters, but the strength of your convictions. Let kindness and truth walk hand in hand, and let your boldness be a light in a world that desperately needs it. Many people believe that being kind means giving endlessly of time, energy, emotions, and resources without ever stopping to consider the cost. They pour themselves out for others, believing that sacrifice is always the right thing to do. But kindness without wisdom leads to exhaustion. It leads to frustration, and ultimately it leads to losing sight of your own purpose. There is a great difference between helping someone in need and allowing yourself to be drained by people who take without giving. Some people do not come to you because they need true help. They come because they know you will never say no. They come because they see your kindness as an opportunity, not as a virtue. And if you are not careful, you will spend your days carrying burdens that were never meant for you. You were not created to be everything for everyone. You were not meant to stretch yourself so thin that you have nothing left for yourself or the purpose you have been called to fulfill. When you give too much to the wrong people, you rob yourself of the energy needed for the right ones. When you allow your kindness to be misused, you delay your own growth, your own goals, and your own well-being. Many people fear setting boundaries because they think it makes them selfish. They think saying no means they are turning their back on kindness. But true kindness does not mean giving until you are empty. It means knowing when to give and when to step back. It means understanding that if you allow yourself to be drained, you will have nothing left to give to those who truly need it. Think of a tree that provides shade and fruit. If that tree allows itself to be stripped bare by those who only take, what happens? It becomes weak, it stops bearing fruit, it withers, no longer able to provide for anyone. In the same way, if you continue to give without discernment, without guarding your heart and your purpose, you will find yourself empty, unable to help even those who truly deserve your kindness. Guarding your heart is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of wisdom. It means recognizing when someone is taking advantage of your goodness. It means understanding that you cannot fix everyone. Some people do not want help, they want comfort in their bad decisions. And if you continue to give to those who refuse to change, you will spend your life pouring into a void that will never be filled. Instead, be intentional with your kindness. Give where it makes a difference. Help those who are willing to grow. Invest in relationships that uplift and strengthen, not in those that drain and deceive. Your kindness is precious. Do not waste it on those who only take and never give. This does not mean you should be cold or unkind. It does not mean you stop loving people. But love, when true, does not tolerate abuse. Love does not encourage irresponsibility. Love does not keep giving to those who refuse to appreciate it. True love, true kindness, requires wisdom. And wisdom requires boundaries. Some of you have spent years allowing others to misuse your kindness. You have given and given, thinking that if you just try harder, if you just love more, if you just stay patient, people will change. But today you need to hear this. It is not your job to fix everyone. It is not your responsibility to carry every burden, and it is not unkind to say enough. So guard your heart. Guard your time. Guard your purpose. Stop allowing people to take from you what they are not willing to value. Choose to give your kindness wisely, and in doing so, you will not only protect yourself, you will also ensure that your kindness continues to make a true and lasting difference. Kindness is a gift, but it must be given with wisdom. It is not about pleasing everyone, nor is it about allowing yourself to be used. True kindness knows when to stand firm, when to speak truth, and when to walk away. It does not tolerate deception, it does not enable wrongdoing, and it does not compromise integrity for the sake of approval. If you continue to give without discernment, if you continue to allow your kindness to be misused, you will find yourself exhausted, bitter, and far from the purpose you were meant to fulfill. You were not created to be everything for everyone. You were created to walk in truth, to use your gifts wisely, and to make a difference where it truly matters. So today I urge you, stop being kind to everyone. Be kind to those who value it. Be kind to those who seek truth. Be kind to those who respect you. But do not waste your kindness on those who take advantage of it. Do not trade your convictions for acceptance. Do not allow yourself to be drained by those who refuse to change. Set boundaries. Speak truth. Stand firm. Love deeply, but love wisely. For true kindness is not just about being good to others, it is about being good to yourself as well. And when you give your kindness with wisdom, you will not only protect your own heart, but you will also ensure that your kindness remains a force for true and lasting change.